Hello, Eagles! And thank you to our wonderful basketball band and our cheerleaders and the Eagles. Yeah. So today we're here to celebrate the launching of FGCU's new logo. So if you all want to come, you're welcome to scooch in. In fact, I'm not going to keep going until you scooch in. And folks that are waiting to check in, you're welcome to come out onto the lawn and check in after the event starts. I don't bite. Wonderful. Well, welcome. My name is Grace Brannigan. I currently serve as FGCU's 25th Student Body President. Thank you for coming today. Thank you for the golf clap. So today we're here to celebrate the launch of FGCU's brand new logo. So thank you for coming. But really here today we are. Lost that. We're celebrating today everything that is FGCU and 25 years of FGCU. So let's give it up, happy 25th birthday FGCU, right? So now we're going to welcome FGCU's president, Dr. Michael Martin, to the stage to say a few words about FGCU's new logo.
Thank you, Grace. Thank you very much. Thank you. And Grace had to help me turn on the microphone. That tells you how old I am and how effective she is. Thanks for coming out. This is a chance to do a couple things, obviously. One is to celebrate 25 years of remarkable change and progress at an ever better, great university. So people ask, why do we change the logo? And one of the reasons we do it is it's in our tradition. You look around this campus, we are constantly finding ways to refresh who we are, send new messages about who we are, and inform the public that this is always a place seeking change and on the move. And if you don't believe me, look at a new building we just opened up. In the last 4 years, we've opened 270,000 square feet of new space. We've added new programs. We've added new faculty. We've added new staff. We've broken a number of records. And it's time for us to pause and say, this is now the beginning of the next great era of change, and that's what we do at a great university. So I hope you understand this is a commitment to being exactly what FGCU is about. Always reintroducing ourselves to the people we serve and explaining to them this is a place that will continue to seek to get better. You know, you've heard me say this. I know many of you can doze off and know what I'm going to say. But excellence is a journey. It's not a destination. Changing logos, changing what we do is part of that journey. So we'll enjoy this one, and if I can last long enough, I'll be here for the next one. If nothing else, my ashes will be here somewhere. But the bottom line is, that's what we do. So thank you all for participating in this. Thanks for the group that put it together. One of those is right here. Maria Rocca was on faculty rep, and thank you, Maria. Maria will be here for the next logo, I promise you. Maria is part of our enormous tradition of being both consistent but part of the ongoing change. Thanks to all of you for doing that. And thanks for joining us. Thanks, Grace. Go Eagles.
Dr. Martin, you need to stop making jokes about dying right before I follow you. He did that yesterday as well. So before we officially launch the new logo, I also want to take a moment to tell all of you how happy I am that we're here together and to remark on the incredible tenacity, I think, of this community and our ability to bounce back from continuous challenges in the face of Hurricane Ian this year. So this is about FGCU, and FGCU is about you, right? So I'm really happy to be here with all of you, and I'm really proud of all of us to make it here to the end of the semester, although I am regretful that I do have to take finals next week. So. But with that, we're going to get ready, and we are going to sort of reveal, although everyone's already wearing it, FGCU's new logo, and going to celebrate it 25 years of FGCU. So, ready, folks? There we go. There we go. So. Folks, you can get a t-shirt over there at those 2 white tents if you don't already have one. Me and the cheerleaders are going to toss some, and there we go. Cool. Ladies, don't hit Azul, but. You're welcome to come and grab a slice of cake up here. There's coffee, ice cream, and t-shirts over at those white tents. Play a little basketball, take some photos. But we are going to pivot a little here, and we're going to take a moment just to reflect and celebrate the service of Dr. Martin here, who is, going to grab a cane and pull me off the stage in a moment. But we really are all grateful for FGCU, or for FGCU is grateful for Dr. Martin, and we wouldn't be here without him. So I think Jorge is here to say a couple words, although I cannot see him at the moment. There we are. Jorge, it's your turn.
Because I'm like 6'2", but Grace can see me. Grace, thank you so much. I appreciate the time. Dr. Martin, what an honor to be able to share a few words, and just thank you on behalf of the staff, students. I figured Kyle and the committee, thank you for the opportunity to do this. And 5 or so years ago, you picked us, and we thank you for that. We are so grateful, even to the very moment, whether it's this December or next June, as we know, you've continued to challenge the status quo for the better, to improve the students, to improve the student experience, whether it's the building, the square footage, but you've always gone above and beyond, and we are thankful that you're here 6 more months. At least I am personally. I reached out to staff to find out what were they thankful for. This isn't about me. I'm just speaking on behalf of what the staff is thankful for. So that's why I have a script, because I want to make sure that I stick to what they share with me about you. This is what they said. Thank you for your demonstrated leadership and genuine care for the well-being of the staff during hurricanes, during a pandemic. We appreciate Dr. Martin being on campus and thanking those that left their homes to be here to make sure that our students were safe, that our faculty and staff were safe, that our buildings and the facilities were safe. And the staff was thankful for that. Someone said, the first thing that comes to mind is Dr. Martin riding his golf cart. And they stopped. I said, what else? Oh, that's it. So keep riding your golf cart. I understand that I think UPD is tracking the miles on that. So there's another one that was very meaningful that I like to share, exactly as they shared it with me. We're thankful for his student involvement. The students appreciate how he sits and listens well, whether it's outside of Einstein's, whether it's around campus, whether it's riding the golf cart. He made diversity a priority, and that's a beautiful thing. On a personal note, Dr. Martin has always been kind to me. It's no secret he's my favorite FGCU president. His response during the last 2 hurricanes that affected our area was outstanding. He even slept on campus. Who does that? Only him. Lastly, he wants to see his staff grow. When I got promoted, I shared with him that he was genuinely happy for me. He truly cares for the betterment of the staff. He's made such a difference at FGCU. Sorry, I can keep going. I just love him. I want to cry when he leaves. And those are the words from, true, genuine words from the staff, Dr. Martin, and we appreciate that. I have one more thing. I have one more thing to share about Dr. Martin. Kyle told me to keep this under 2 minutes, so I think I'm coming up on time. So some of us know that you are great in the community. Every student that you see, you promise them money. Whether they're coming, whether they're here already, it doesn't matter. You promise them money. Here's the problem. You didn't know if we had the money. So we've always had to find the money, and we've done a good job at that. So given that you're staying 6 more months, we have a gift for you to make sure that we don't run out of money, and we always have money. So I'm going to present you with the gift. You have your own money back, so you can go around and make sure that you can distribute that to our students. So you can walk around campus as well.
I'd like it to be known Dr. Martin has never promised me any money.
There's a bag.
Thank you. Oh, that's wonderful.
And then our last speaker for today, Coach Tollett is here to say a couple words as well. Dave, take it away.
Thank you. Thank you. We're very blessed to have him for another 6 months. I'd take him for 6 days. I tell you what, he has been absolutely awesome for FGCU and especially FGCU athletics. We are so grateful. But I do know behind all your greatness, she's right out there. That's what makes it happen, is Miss Jan. I had to write some things down. I'm getting old. I'm not as old as Dr. Martin. I don't have Alzheimer's. I got some timers, so I had to write some things down. The words you have written in this FGC story are powerful and encouraging to all of us. You came here, you brought us excitement and energy in about every aspect we could ask for as a university. And what we did was we challenged you. We gave you 2 hurricanes and a pandemic to navigate through. You have been a tremendous and valuable gift to all of us, Doc. Your vision and leadership has helped develop this campus into a community of learners. You have left a huge impact on our coaching staff and our student athletes. It's great to see you at our events from a coach's standpoint and student athlete standpoint. Don't tell Butch you are a better assistant coach than he is. Words that I've written down that I think describe this leader is one, I think Dr. Martin is the best listener that I've ever been around in 35 years of education. He might not always agree, but he's going to listen. He's accessible. When I got to campus to check and see if the stadium for Irma and Ian, the very first person I saw on campus was Dr. Martin. I think that speaks volumes of how much he cares about this place, how much he cares about the students. He's appreciative. I think he's appreciative of everyone that is here on this lawn. And not that he can always say thank you to everyone, but I think he's so appreciative of what you bring to FGCU on a daily basis. He's dedicated. He's uniting. I think he's united this university, which we needed. I think diversity is so high on his list. And I think he's very observant. You're never too old for another goal or a dream and you dream. And I'm saying this, I hope that dream has us in it. Bravo for all that you have accomplished in your career. And I know you will close this final chapter out in what I call Martin style. Doc, thank you for everything. We love you.
All right. Well, thank you, Jorge and Dave, for your kind words. So, Dr. Martin, it's your turn now. And we're going to invite Mrs. Martin up as well. I've said it. You got it now. All right. And Jorge and Coach Tollett have a couple gifts for the two of you before Dr. Martin says a couple words. So.
Well, this isn't what this was supposed to be about. And this is hard on an old guy like me, but the truth of the matter is Jan and I both come to love this place and the people that make it go around. Jorge knows we meet with great regularity. I refer to him as our Mexican ATM, and that's exactly what he does well. The coaches know, and particularly Toe knows, that I'm not shy about giving them advice, and they're not at all inclined to take it, and that's the best part of a great relationship. But I'll simply say from the heart, this has been a wonderful, wonderful final stop in a long career. And it's a wonderful stop because the people who work here care so deeply about what we do and who we do it for. And that inspires even someone who's been around as long as I have to get up every morning and want to be part of this team. And whatever happens in terms of eventually getting, and I hope soon, the 5th university president, I have benefited enormously from what those who preceded me did. I hope the next one will benefit from all of us. But anyone who gets associated with this university will come to appreciate that this is a place of passion, passion for higher education, passion for our students, passion for our community, and passion for one another. And that's irreplaceable and unambiguously the message that we send from FGCU with a new logo and every other way. So thank you very, very much. Thanks for the kind words. Thanks for the great gifts. And thanks for your friendship and collegiality. Thank you.